instead of just using the affiliate center,
Yeah.
which is also basically just a TikTok only thing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you're doing short form content and not also leveraging Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, you're missing most of the game.
I just sat down with Danil, the founder of Insense and OG of UGC, to break down everything you need to know when it comes to influencer marketing. In the description, you'll find a link to join Insense, and you will never pay full price. All right, let's get back to it, because this is amazing.
Instead of just doing that, one of the beauties of Insense, you can search for the types of people. The Insense inbox isn't the TikTok inbox. And so people are specifically on the platform to make deals.
Yes.
And so it allows you to get past the gatekeeper a little bit because people are opting in, which is really, really important. And I experienced that too back in the day when we were first using it, and 6 years ago. And it was beautiful because we were so used to going through agencies.
Yeah.
And all the influencers had agents, and they all had shoppers, and we could go straight to the person. We could bypass. And what we found was all these influencers were getting hired with their agents, or their agency taking 20, 30, 40, 50% of the cut.
Yeah.
And they just like throw something up and like, hey, look, we'll just pay you. And they're like, great, fantastic. And you guys took care of all the contracts and stuff. So you're in providing the infrastructure of that one-to-one connection where there's already trust built in. So that's right there. It's a real person talking to a real person.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing that, it's not just to make a positive ROI on that piece of content. If you look at it with a specific strategy around trying to answer questions and having a creative strategy that is not just let me make money, but also let me understand who my market is and know that the videos you get are great. But that's step one.
Yeah.
Because when you get the videos, you can use those on your website. You can use those also on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Reels and YouTube. You can use them in your emails. You can grab screenshots. One of the things that we used to do is take what we used to call supercuts. But let me get 9, 12 people and throw them all together and just boom, 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 boom. It's a minute-long video of just everybody saying beautiful things. Yeah, mashup. And throw some product shot on top of it. So it's a mashup of all sorts of people and then just the product. And man, that was one of the best Black Friday best Black Friday strategies we ever had, was just Mashup City.
Because you see different people are using that.
Yeah.
Not only some dude like that I love, but like it's different.
It's everybody
talking about the same problem from different perspectives.
Yeah, and there's this book that was written in 1885 called Successful Advertising, and like talks about one of the things is frequency of ads.
Yeah.
And by like the 15th, the 13th or 15th or 17th impression of an ad, people start to ask to their friends and family, like, hey, have you seen this? Well, one of the beauties of UGC and influencer and also mashups is it's not just you and your family, but you're kind of getting in, I follow this person and they said, well, there's a little bit of trust. Well, what about 20 of them? What about every single person in that niche? One of the beautiful things that we did back in the day at 310 Nutrition is we would hire a couple people off of every show of Real Housewives. So we get the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives in New York. So every 10 weeks, a new Real Housewives show would come on the air.
Yeah.
2 or 3 people on every show would have our product. So all year long. So if you watch Bravo, it wasn't one creator. It wasn't just Shannon Beador. It wasn't just Kyle Richards. It was 2 or 3 people on every one of them.
Yeah.
So it's legitimacy. Ubiquity equals legitimacy. So part of it is getting that ubiquity by being everywhere. And also you can do the market research.
Yeah.
And then you're leveraging that to not only make money today. If we look at it as a content department in our company, how much of that cost can we offset by getting organic sales?
Yeah.
Can organic TikTok pay for the cost of acquiring that content?
Yeah.
Can it produce a little bit of a profit? If so, let me throw that into ads. And then all of the profit from the ads, I'm just going to take.
Yeah.
And now you're turning into like, we spent $1,000, we got 600 back. Awesome. So you only lost $400 and you got 20, 40, 70, 80, 100 pieces of content. Because let's say it's a 30-second long video. Well, that's probably, if you have a decent editor, 4 or 5 different videos. And you chop that up and it's images and it's carousels. So I think when you come to it looking at it that way, while you can use it as a TikTok shop marketplace, let me buy people to sell for me, where you're basically hiring salespeople. I like to look at it as, let me use it as a content department in my company where I'm also able to get immediate social feedback for socioeconomic and psychographic and gender and age group data for my business. And when you look at it that way, those are things that can cost you 10, 20, 50, $100,000 just to have some marketing firm go and tell you. But if I can make money doing it by just going straight to TikTok shops, and I also already have the ad built, then it's easy.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why I loved what you guys were doing 6 years ago, because I didn't have to hire a department.
Exactly.
It was literally just me part-time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do this real quick. Cool. I want to go, I want to get women 18 to 25. Let me go find 20 of them. I want to get a man over the age of 35, this kind of affluent kid. Cool. Got it. I want to get, somebody in middle America, this, and it was so easy to go in, and instead of having to sit in the app, sit in TikTok or sit in Instagram and DM hundreds of people, I can just go into the marketplace and make deals with 20 of them in a day. And then I know I'm getting all my content in. Maybe I get a couple revisions or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I've got all my organic side taken care of.
Yeah.
I've got all my ads set up. Plus, I might be able to make money just by these people posting it on their own. And now I'm going to spend the rest of my time doing other things in the business, like improving my conversion rate and my stickiness, my trial rollover, whatever it is.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Sometimes people are thinking that, why do we need to pay subscription fee or this and that? Well, you're buying your time to focus on what actually matters for your business. And actually matters where your business is taking a look, using Triple L or whatever software you're leveraging. Just seeing that what is the impact and what is the biggest lever for me to find in the business next time and nail down there. Invest more money, finding the better agency there, finding some expertise, going and chatting with some of the folks who have experience there.
Yeah,
this is the really important thing. But if you're trying to save a few $100, that will cost you thousands or even millions of dollars. Doesn't make sense. It does not. So I think the whole idea of agencies, you're buying the time with the expertise that you can also change quickly. You need to understand your product. You need to focus on your product, but also the overall marketing strategy. But then you can toast like different agencies. And some of the agencies are great for get you from 6 to 7 figures, but they might be not able to from 7 to 8 because this is the different game. This is the different setup of the agency. Same way like with the softwares, you find the ones that actually works for you right now. But this is something that I also trying to implement within my team, my WSOS, right? Yeah. So this mentality of not spending money like on every single thing, but if you believe that it's going to be save me a few hours a month, this is a great signal for me to invest a few $100 to buy something, because I know that your mind is going to be focusing on the, let me give you an example, Q&A, right? So recently my head of engineering, he came to me and saying that, hey, we experienced some queue in our Q&A, our managers are not able to double check, or engineers need to write the test and so on. There are some AI-powered software right now that can provide some layer on that. Yeah. It's going to be cost me a few $100. And I am saying like, look, take a look on how many hours of your team you're spending and like, what is your mental capacity you invest there. Yeah. It seems like paying $400 or whatever, it makes sense. Yeah. $400, like it's money, right? Yeah. Every single month. But at the same time, having him less focused on this item and more focused on how to develop the team, how to make sure that the processes, how make the feeling that the team is happy. Yeah. Just happy and enjoying the work. And that matters. That matters. 100%. And like, I mean, even you're talking about teams, even if it's small. Yeah. Like I was on a team of 2. Yeah. Vice president of marketing and me to grow this business, right? We didn't have, like, I could have either hired 3 people, 2.5, basically for like $12,000 a month, or I could get the software. Yeah. For far less than that. Yeah. And the rest of that money went to buying content.
right? Went to just hiring influencers and stuff and getting the UGC content.
Simple.
Right? And what would take me 3-4 hours a week replaced 2.5 full-time equivalent employees. And things moved so much faster. We didn't have to get desks and insurance and payroll and all this other stuff. We were able to be like, this worked, this didn't, and just keep moving. And the last thing that I'll say too is, when you're looking at the return, is not just, I mean, I think everybody should time block and know what your hours are worth. Like, I know in my company, when I work, it's worth this much money. Yeah. If I have to do it, it needs to earn this much money. And to be fair, when you hire people, a job is paying somebody less than the time is worth for you to do it, for them to do it for you, right? Anyway, my point to everything is, when you're looking to see the effectiveness of this, you know, we were talking earlier about like, which of those platforms do I like between the North Beams and the Triple Whale and the Ad Beacon and everybody else? And I said, well, I like the ones that show you the graphs all side by side.
Yeah.
When you invest all of that effort, let's say you put in 50 pieces of organic social into TikTok shops and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and stuff. What happens to the search volume? What happens to your sales volume on Amazon? You know, how many more email addresses did you get? And I think the marketers that can look at the entire business are the ones that are going to win. Yeah. And if I don't have to spend 20 hours a week inside my phone hitting the API limit on how many DMs I can send. Yeah. And instead I can say, well, when we launch this 18 to 25 women, our YouTube, our Google search tripled. When I went after men over the age of 35, our Amazon sales doubled. Like, well, now I know doing this thing organically, well, we lost $500 here, but we made $10,000 over here. Like, all of this, at the end of the day, all that matters is, did we make more money? Yeah. And you have the space to think about that and to look at that information. And I think that is the greatest gift you can give people, is the ability to do critical thinking. Yeah. And to give them their time. Exactly. And at the end of the day, if I can buy time as well as business intelligence and content and all of these other things, then it becomes very difficult for me to not say yes to that expense. I think the only reason I would say no is because I'm trying to do that in 10 different places. I'm trying to do it with TikTok shops and Amazon and YouTube and SEO. And like, pick 2, pick 3. To be honest, every 8-figure business, every 7-figure business I've worked with has gotten to 8. Focuses on doing 3 things. Yes. Now, there may be very different things, but maybe you get your organic content, you get your paid and your email. Awesome. You're good. Get your search, your Amazon, and your YouTube. Good. Get 3 things together. And usually it's the top, mid, and bottom funnel effort. That's what it ends up kind of being. Figure that out. And if organic content is going to be your top of funnel, you don't have to spend more than a couple hours a week. And you can let everybody else do it for you. And I think that's, I mean, my biggest thank you for what I've gotten from what Insense has provided me over the years, and what I recommend other people do when they're looking at getting into UGC and influencer, because it is so much more than this person posted with a code, we made 3 sales, that person didn't work. Yeah. That is such a low level way of looking at things. Yeah. And I would encourage everybody to start thinking about every investment they make in their business is so much more than what they got today. Yeah.
And that's why, like, I think I love your audience a lot, because you guys are spending your time and investing this time on your education. Yeah. Because this is, again, the best winners is those people who are ready to invest in your education. You're paying money for someone to be coached, to learn something. This is like the best thing that you can make. It's investing in yourself. And not doing the operation stuff, or finding the ones who can deliver that for the less money. Yeah. Even though, like, you have to pay money. Yes, sure. You have to pay money, but in return you will get some free time to educate yourself, to learn something, to nail down these 3 channels that is actually works for your business. Yeah. To see the holistic view on your business and finding the ways. Paid ads, owned, SEO, wherever like works for your business, you crack it down and you nail down like until you are not hitting from 7 figures to 8 figures.
Yeah.
And once you're gonna be hit 8 figures, more and more channel. Like,
yeah. Things get more complex as they need to.
Yeah, step by step.
Like, and we have a lot of friends that run 8-figure companies, and whether it's Sean with his Ridge or Ash and Ron, I hope that people, my one recommendation for folks is don't look to the 8-figure brand and try to copy what they do. There's just no way. Like, why don't you just be Nike? Go hire Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't afford it? Well, then like that's just not where you're at.
Or you can afford, like imagine like this situation. You got some money. You one of these 5 folks who actually pitch nicely to VC. You got this money. You landed like 10 mil. Let's say. And you say like, okay, let's push it hard. 5 mil, and we sign up not Michael Jordan, but like some.
Yeah, you get LeBron.
Famous, some famous face, right? So like you close the deal. You have money to market this?
Yeah. What about fulfill?
Yeah. Fulfill. And then like there are like so many nuances. Just do not play the game. If you're talent, do not play in the Premier League right away.
Yeah.
Step like from one step, and then you will get there.
Yeah.
And probably you'll get that faster than anyone else. If you're talent, if you're just ready to invest like a lot of time on your education and learning things faster, you will get there.
Yeah.
But do not copy paste that, because this is exactly what I've been hearing that again and again, that people are coming from the some of newsletters that we've been featured on, from the folks who are running bigger brands like 8 figures, like Ron and Ash, right? And they're saying, oh, we want to hire 100 influencers, and then we're going to be,
millionaires.
Millionaires right away. Well, it's not like obvious. It's not about only influencers. You would be surprised to learn that influencers is the important part of the business, but not, I guess, not even 10% of their business.
I mean, they're in
because like email marketing, SMS marketing.
Yeah, they're in Walmart
community.
Yeah, their community is huge.
It's just like it's so many like bricks that you need to build.
And they got good at one, then they moved to the next one. They got good at that, they moved to the next one.
Exactly.
Because they had to.
Yeah.
And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. And so I'll say this: if you're an operator that has got a good product, and you can make a store that converts well, and you cannot sell for shit, maybe one of the best things you can do is hire 20 to 50 salespeople to just give you the sales pitch.
Yeah.
That's what Insense does.
Yeah.
Can you go make money with that? If you made $1 profit, awesome, go do it again. You know what I mean? Because eventually some of those people might buy a second time.
Right.
Like that's all it is. And I think, I feel like people just need to look at it in that way of hire out for the things that you're not the best at.
Yeah.
And be fair, Skims probably isn't going to ever come to you, because Kim Kardashian can go on, TikTok and sell.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she doesn't need you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
But you would be surprised that we have Victoria Beckham beauty brand.
Yeah.
We have oh my gosh, I forgot like the name. Jason Wong.
Okay. Yeah.
Doe? Doe, but like he's helping right now. He's a consultant for one of the
I love Jason.
Jason is Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
So new Nicki Minaj brand is also on Insense because of Jason, right?
Yeah.
So we have some of the brands of celebrities back with their names, right? Even though like they're coming to Insense, because in that case you can bring the scale. Obviously, can Skims or Nicki Minaj brand can scale without it? Obviously, yes, because like that's the name. It's so simple. They are legends, right?
But you could do more.
But you can do more, and you can go niche.
Yeah,
it's going to be really hard to go with Nicki Minaj niche because she's not going to be.
She's too big.
Yeah, she's not going to be selling and doing some funny stuff that is might be performing better in ads.
Yeah. Plus, she also has
Maybe.
the rest of Nicki Minaj to live.
Exactly.
Right. She's got records to sell
Yes.
and tours to go on and
What is it,
life
like
to live.
1%, 5% of their time? I mean, for Skims, I guess like it's more than that, but still, that's kind
Yeah.
of like the stuff, right? So that's why it actually works even for celebrity brands because you can go niche, and in that case, this
That's-
is exactly what you can do. It's just finding the ways that actually works for you. One scalable channel, then plug it in
And
like
just
a
keep
couple
doing
of
it.
more and keep doing it.
I love it. And I think that's a great place to end this. It's just that, like, what I'm hearing from there is that it's a tool.
Yeah.
And I think the way that I've always looked at UGC and influencer, again, is it was always outsourcing content creation. At the end of the day, content is a way of getting attention.
Yeah.
And if you can outsource getting attention so that you can reach different types of people, that's great. And you know, when I was on a team of 2 people with a 7-figure monthly profit target, I didn't want to hire 3 people because then I have to train them.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I can do all the work in a couple hours. And then we can just measure what happens to the rest of the business. And I think that for folks that are trying to make things work, it becomes a really, I think it's such a better way of trying to make ads. I think it's such a better way of trying to understand who your customers are. Because to your point, something that you said, and why I really want to end on this, is that those creators are real people. Yeah. They want to do good work.
Yeah.
Every one of them that I met, not everyone, the vast majority of them. Yeah. We're just folks that they're like, wow, somebody's going to pay me to do this. I want to do a good job. And the folks that were like legitimately invested in trying to do good work, they worked hard for you. And like, if anybody's ever hired folks, you know how hard it is to have people care. And these folks care. And I think that it's incredibly valuable to spend your money on people that are internally motivated to do good work for you.
And you would be surprised if you're going to be jumping on a call with them, talk it through the things that they're going to be ready to do something, sometimes even cheaper for the bundle deal.
Yeah.
Because they genuinely appreciate that you approach them as a human being.
Yeah.
And you're just nice.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me. I'm talking to the creators myself from time to time. Jump on the call, talk it through like why you are using TikTok Shop on Insense, not like on there. Like what are the things? Then sharing this stuff, and you know, like they constantly featuring us in their Instagram stories, saying,
Yeah,
that's how I become a full-time creator because of Insense and one more company, right?
Yeah.
And this is the story that I would love to hear more and more, and being sure that we can drive that, because exactly to your point, they're a human being. Talk to them as a people,
Yeah.
and they will back you.
I remember the biggest things that we used to do was if somebody hit 3 times, we would just offer them a monthly fee.
Yeah, simple.
Like oh, I paid you $100 3 times. You know what? $500 a month.
Yeah,
you're on retainer.
Yes.
And so it's just like there was a point where I was managing 100,000 a month. I would have like 20 to 50 people on like $1,000 a month retainer.
And they love it.
They love it
because they can. Many of them that love their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And right now they're trying to build their life with that.
Yeah.
And having 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 deals that are going to be constantly paid make them life easier because they know that they have some money to pay their bills and living their life.
Yeah.
Right?
And you get to know them and you have conversations
exactly.
and like those are the best.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, we could talk about it forever, but I hope that people got the idea of this is something that anybody can do. And also, if you're somebody that likes to make content, it's a way to go get paid.
Yeah.
And if you're not good at it, you won't get paid a lot. If you are good at it, you can actually make a lot of good money. But it's a really great way for folks that they've got everything else in line. And for me, the biggest success stories that I've seen is folks that just don't know how to make the content. They don't know how to talk to the customer. They've got good product. They're good people. And outsourcing that is the easiest win to making a ton of money. And I will say that I am terribly awkward in the DMs. I landed 0 deals, spamming 100 people. I bought the software of how to like message 100 people. Not a single deal.
Yeah.
And within a couple of hours, my first week, I had content deals coming in. Even my best effort didn't work.
Yeah.
And it was a cheat code. And for that, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, dude.